Hello Suzuki community, it's Myron. Beautiful Saturday morning here in Arizona. These are the 5 things. It's a joke because it's going to be a lot more than 5. So these are the 5 things that every Suzuki Samurai owner must know. We're going to start with ground wires. You hear about them all the time. All of these experts out there, when someone has a problem, they say check the grounds, and then they don't tell you what to do. This is the most important ground you can have right here. This is grounding the body to the negative of the battery. Now, honestly, I'm going to show you a still picture. I do not like battery clamps like this. Get rid of these battery clamps that clamp the cables on. Get molded, and when they get bad, buy new ones. They're not that expensive. But as you're going to see in these pictures here, these are the clamp-on style, and I don't like these. They're going to fail you at the worst time. So here's the most important ground wire. This is what grounds the body. The way Suzuki made the car is the whole body's a ground. Now, when your fuel gauge doesn't work, more than likely you lost the ground to your fuel sending unit. So what we do to fix that is we leave one bolt in, we drop the tank, we take one of the screws out of the sending unit, we get a grounding wire and we ground it to the body, and all of a sudden it works. That's not one of the 5 things. The next thing we're going to be talking about is Weber carbs are horrible for off-roading. They're open float bowls. This is why I made the Harley-Davidson system, so I'm not a big fan of Weber's. This job just came in to get our Harley-Davidson system put on. This is the noise filter. The noise filter is what makes your nice blue spark. When you use spark plugs, you only use NGK. So a couple of things that just going to go over real quick is that the ground wire here is really important. You also have a ground wire on the distributor housing to the firewall. And the battery starter negative cable goes on the top bolt. Stop putting them on the bottom bolt because you're going to rip the aluminum threads out. The bolt with a nut is where the ground cable goes on the transmission, or excuse me, on the starter bolt going through the transmission. Okay, we're going to move over here. Okay, how many of you heard this? Drives you nuts, you think you broke everything. It takes a little bit of bead blaster, and you've got to spray the bushing. Okay, that's another fix. This one. This is the bullet that gets corroded from the noise filter, so I'm encouraging everyone to find this, pop this bullet out, cut it off, re-ground to the body. You're going to get a much better spark. And that one's for Donnie Gay, because we just did that last night for him, and he was shocked when I told him how to get a blue spark, and it actually worked. He was pretty impressed. Okay, over here we have a ground wire. Now these are very tough to get out. This is where the shake and brake tool, that is a air hammer with a Phillips bit with a turning handle. We sell that tool. That's going to get these really, really tough screws out. Okay, let's go on to another thing. All right, so you open the door and the dome light doesn't work. You check it out. You got voltage up there. You ground up there. Why isn't it working? And more importantly, some of you are going to find out that when you backfeed a ground, which happens with this particular switch I'm going to show you, you might get a blue high beam light up in your dash. That's because this switch right here has lost its ground. So you pull the switch out and you clean up the circle and you clean up the tabs that open up on the circle. That switch is what turns on your dome light because power's on it all the time. And dome lights are nice when it's dark. Put that guy back in there. That's a simple fix. Let's go to something else. Okay, you got an intermediate horn. I hate these. Now keep in mind that your horn is always got power on it. That's the white wire. The blue wire is just grounding it, and it grounds through the steering wheel. So on the round dash, this is a round dash, models all the way from, well, most of them are 86 to 88.5, and that is a round dash. That's where most of them are. But anyways, you put your fingers in here and just pull this off really very easily. You're going to find 3 plastic keeper tabs. You simply pull the tab back and gently lift up. Now behind this piece that is causing the horn to ground, there are 3 white spacers. So be very careful not to lose those. And this is just going to simply come out. Now what we have here is we've got these pads that are burnt from contacts. And so we're going to go file these up with a little file. There's going to be 3 of them. We're going to take out these white plastics, and then this is the base, and this is where it's going to ground through here. So we're going to shine that up, and then we're going to shine the crud off of here, reassemble it, and we're going to have a nice horn. Now we're going to go show you how to sand these up and show you the horn when it works. My first piece, and it doesn't take much to figure out how it goes because it's an offset pattern. Now where it's touching the steel of the steering wheel, I want to scrape that clean too, the edge of the file, so I have nice contact. So the first thing we do is we lay the base piece in, and then we put in the isolating spacers. There's 3 of those. And then we go ahead and take our back piece. Now it's touching here on the copper ring on the steering wheel, so we want to clean that up also. And then we just simply push that in, that hole, and then again the alignment, and we push down until the little plastic keepers right here hold them in place. Okay, so we've got these 3 clips are now locked on. Ooh, look at that. Nice horn. And to finish it up, we're going to snap on the button, line up the 3 holes. Ooh, I like that. I almost forgot, but I have a list, and so I said 5 things, and I wanted to get as many in as I could on this video. A lot of LED lights going in these cars. Got some friends that sell these, so if you need some information on where to get LED lights, please let me know. Now the LED lights are made for the Jeeps, but if you use a reverse polarity circuit board and get the clicky start on it from Axe Fax, we'll put that up for you for the LED circuit board, and where to get the LED lights from, we'll do that for you. But I want you to know that if you don't have LED lights, one of the common problems with the Suzuki Samurai is that you might have a dim headlight. One light will be bright over there, this one will be dim. Why? Because Suzuki was a little cheap when they did the wiring, and what they did is they crimped one wire and then went somewhere else, and then they crimped onto that and went somewhere else. So if you have a dim headlight over here, it's very simple. You're going to clean up the harness right here. You're going to take off the sheathing, and you're going to look for the color wires that are on the back of the plug, which is red and white and blue and white. And you're going to find them crimped right here. They go over to the passenger side, but to come back to the driver's side, they're crimped on. Find that crimp, cut it off, resolder that, tape that up because there's 12 volts on them all the time, and you're going to have 2 the same brightness headlights. There you go. More than 5 things that every Samurai owner has to know. A little bit more detail on the noise filter that we talked about regrounding. I wanted to show you, there's the bullet, and they get really corroded. I'll even be talking about a horn a little bit later in this video and how that the corrosion stops the horn from working. So this is what I wanted you to cut off, is that bullet. It's on the black wire. Now when the wire's in really good condition, it's black with green stripes. So you cut that off, you solder on an eye, you reground it to the body. It also has a brown wire with a blue stripe. This is your tack signal wire. That's why this is so important to put in. I don't know that you can see it, but when you look at yours, you're going to see components. There's a little diagram right here of how it's separating the voltage from the tack signal. So it's essential that you never ground your distributor and coil without using this noise filter. Now, the true negative is on the brown wire with the white stripe, and if you take a look at your coil, it's got a negative. If you take a look at your distributor connector, it's got a brown and white wire. That is the true ground that first goes into the noise filter through the components, separates the signal, gets grounded, and this is the ground, not directly brown-white to the body. This is what's going to give you a blue, snappy, loud spark, cleaning up your grounds and regrounding this noise filter. It's going to change the color of your spark. You're going to get a better explosion. So that's your noise filter. Do not eliminate this out of your wiring harness. This is for Suzuki Samurai. All your sidekicks, trackers, all of them have got better electronics, and they are black, a little bit smaller, same thing. It's got the same colors. It's going to be brown and white. It's going to be brown. It's going to be black. So that ground is a lot better on the sidekicks than the trackers. It's only the Suzuki that we have the problem with. There you go. That's your noise filter. All right, that's 5 things you need to know, and I think I gave you a lot more than that. So everyone have a great day. Go wheeling. Please subscribe, like, do all that stuff. You know what to do. And then tell your friends about us. And don't forget to get on the giveaway. A lot of comments are coming in on the giveaway, so maybe we'll be giving that away this year, and I sure hope so, because those cradles are getting harder and harder and more expensive to build, so we're giving those away. Anyways, thanks again, everybody, for watching Zuk's Off-Road videos. Bye.